This is important for me to say. I thank God for life I didn't end up living, or the option to even live that life. Like the clowns that you see there. See, these bottom feeders is why I'm thanking God that I'm not living that life. It's not a hard life. They did not live something hard. It seems like it's easy to be involved in what they involved. It seems like this program is not selective in regard of who can participate. Children participate, all kind of individual, from homeless to executive, anybody can participate. And it seems like that's quite easy to involve yourself in that. And so I'm so thankful because these clowns are disgusting. Is as facilitated as it is to do the discussing these things they do, as because they normalize the foulness they're part of and try to make it twisted into something else. I'm just thankful that I just didn't end up becoming a nothing involved in the program that does these disgusting foul things. I see these perps for what they are. I understand their objective here. I view them for what they are, not what they try to present themselves. They really want me to see them. First of all, they love to have to create. They create this sense of grandeur that's non-existent. These people target individual. If you see this participant, they are nothing in this whole thing. What's happening to you? It's not because of them. They're just participant. If it's not this specific perps, there'll be other perps doing that, and it will happen everywhere you go. They truly are the bottom feeder in what's happening here. Whatever is presented to you, whatever gimmicks and whatever theatrics, that is the sole purpose of that is to negate reality. You try to paint a reality that's so falsified. Some of it is sometimes comical. Some of these things is comical. They're clowns. Having to negate the most obvious every day. And I make sure they work for that, right? I make sure that they put work in the negation. They are clowns, and that comes in all shape or form. And I understood all along what they're trying to do is to disorient me enough to not see the obviousness of who's behind this. It's clear. Doesn't take a genius. What entity has been developing this technology that we deal with as target individual? Clearly, the DoD entities, the DARPA entities. They've been doing it for so many years. There's all kind of documentation of what they've been able to do. Even if, let's just say, they don't provide all the information of what they're capable of doing, there's clear documentation that they've been working on that for years. 60s and stuff. Decades of it. To try to reframe it in different ways, like, no, it's our money, it's technology we're doing. It's like, you're a clown. Look at this little retard. Like, you want me to think that this is anything but the massive government entities that have been working on this for so many years, but some clown living next door? Wearing their pajamas, looking at their phone? And coming up with things like, now we are with war. It's like, you're nothing. You're not a war. You're just nothing involved in a program where they're utilizing human beings as test subjects. You're at war with just reality. Try to negate that. This is a program that's clearly harming the most vulnerable and utilizing these most vulnerable as guinea pigs, as test subjects. From men, women, and children, utilized as test subjects by these governmental entities developing this technology and created this program. Then contract the losers like that, this trash who's supposed to gaslight you to negate reality and make you subscriptive of what they force you to experience. They come in all shape or form. This is like, for me, I know there's a bunch of childish individuals, actual children. Their job is to really disorient me to the point where I'm like, this is definitely not this governmental program. It's this little retard running around, making themselves even more childish. They're disgusting low life. But they grew up in this. And so that is normalized. For me, it's so disgusting because they tell me they're going to frame me by implanting child porn. And they wanted to make it look like it's fierce when they do it. I'm going to say it all the time, regardless if... They've been telling me that they will dare to implant child porn to frame me. So nasty. Actually, last night they made me dream in this degrading, disgusting way. It tried to make me imagine watching child porn and doing stuff. It was like a dream in a dream, and within the dream I was manipulated so bad that I didn't even know I was in a dream. I felt like I was in a dream within a dream. Waking up, I was like, what is that? And these things they were just making me dream these things, because they tell me they're gonna do that. They're gonna implant child porn, and the way they can make you experiencing the thought process is like they go with. By the way, they told me, oh, I'm busted. I just got busted. Like they didn't implant this in my brain, in my dreams. They use these trash clowns to gaslight you and expect you to look at them as if like, oh, we're not making you experience these dreams. This trash are low life. That's why I'm so thankful. Because this trash will tell me they're gonna implant child porn. Actually, like I say, you see it over there, bottom feeders of this program. They are nothings. They are the nothings in this program. They are the trash the government contract to do this trashy shit. The entities behind them have had issue with pedophilia. That's why it makes it even more disgusting. It's already disgusting enough to say they're going to implant child porn and then make me have dreams in these disgusting ways, and then make me have those dreams and then try to be like, oh, that's proof, you bastard. But on the top of that, these bottom feeders are just the bottom feeders for governmental entities that have issue with pedophilia, where child porn has been an issue, where bills were created in 2019, as you can see, to stop child porn being utilized, not even utilized, be trafficked and shared within DoD computers. Well, these trash are like, no, we're gonna dare. And you know what they do? For me, some of the facade that's disgusting is that they play like, when we do it, we're just some avenging, and sometimes try to play like the feminists. It's so disgusting because I detest this trash for trying to present that facade. Clearly, I know what this is about, but they like to create a theatrical facade to disorient the target visual, to make them believe that there's something else but a massive government behind this. They try to make you believe that it's the cult and this and that, and it's a way to just confuse the target visual to the point of disorientation, so they cannot see what this is about and who's behind this. Because it doesn't take a genius to figure out, okay, well, what entities have this technology? What entities have been working on this kind of technology for years, for decades, since the 60s, since the 50s? What can it be? This freaking retard here playing the feminists / protectors of children involved in the program, torturing children and negating children being tortured? Or the governmental entities have been doing that for years and decades, where you can see documentation of what they've been able to do even in the 60s with this technology that you deal with. It's so nasty to play the facade of feminists and everything. And you know what they do? When they play this like feminist like facade, and they say, okay, but when we do the child porn we implant is fierce. We're badass, like they said. We're not even badass. We're just like some fierce femme fatale like individual. Because it's coming from us, trash low life. And then, for me, using that facade and think that your gender will make this a fierce thing makes me detest this trash even more. Because that's entitlement. To think that you being a woman makes child porn a fierce weapon tool because you're a woman, because of your gender. You're disgusting, and I know where it comes from. That's entitlement of a disgusting level that deserves to be killed. In this program, there's a lot of women dying. There's a lot of children dying. They will try to use the facade to cover up the foulness of what they're part of, so you don't see them as the trash that deserve to die. And they are clearly the bottom feeders. These trash are nothings. For me, they were trying to paint that facade. I know some target visual get the facade of like a cult. Some get the facade of foreign governmental entities doing that, or an organized crime doing that to you. For me, the facade was like, oh, we're just like, we're feminists, fierce. Shut the fuck up. For all the women dying in this program, you know how much effort they put to negate how they torture women in this program? And you know what they do when I call them for call out the clown that they are, the trash that they are, the low life that they deserve to die? I was like, you're an incel. You know, like, because, you know, I incel hate women. No, I hate women who think that because they're women, they can implant child porn. I hate women because I hate women that think that because they're women, they can be involved in a program that torture women. I hate women that think that women, being women, makes it okay to be involved in a program that torture babies. I hate those women. And you hate the women that speak about how they're being tortured with their own family and the children suffering in this. That's the kind of woman I hate. I love this woman who's been speaking up and giving me strength. The reason why I didn't do anything to myself is because a woman spoke about her horrible torture and what she's experienced with her children. With children, by the way. Children being tortured too. This trash at the low life, low coward, just the weak of the weak can participate in this. That's why when it's time to confront them, I'm going to confront them for truly what they are, the nothingness in this program that wanted to negate this because they love these things. You know how intoxicating it is to be involved in something that can control your mind like this? When these little losers don't have no control in their own life, they tell me everything before it happens for me, but they have no clue of what's coming their way. Nothing. Some of them, I'm not even concerned about that. Like, they don't even care what the future looks like for them. They don't even, it's not even like their life is not even the concern. They're too focused on what's happening to me, or what's going to happen to me. They don't even want to dwell how my life is going to look in the future. They don't, like, it's not even important to them. It's okay. I'm all for that. It's like, yeah, get lost in what's going to happen to me. Tell me all of it about me. What's going to happen to... Tell me all the horror I'm going to go through. And don't think about your life. A little trash like you, like a little bottom feeder like you, end up getting some terrible thing happen to you, and then spending all your time out here just try to feel like you're a god when you're a little bottom feeder working for pedophiles now and playing child porn in people's computers, and then next thing you know, these things happen to you. Trash. Let this low life just get theirs. They're bottom feeder for pedophiles, certified bona fide pedophiles, as you can see there. This is in 2019, by the way. Bona fide pedos, top tier pedos. In this article from CNN, it was being called out that this DoD computer network will rank top tier in regards to child porn. Bona fide like no tomorrow. Then they have this little clowns like, go and play child porn, you disgusting trash. You're nothing. That's your life. Then tell me I'm busted when you make me have these disgusting dreams. As if like, oh no, we don't do this. They manipulate dreams. They manipulate your brain. In real time, your memories, your thought process. They do all these things to you. Then they act like they're investigating. Like, for example, this is a perfect picture. They look at their phone like, oh, I just saw my phone and we saw that. How can be true? I'd rather die in hell than let this low life live the fantasy. Let them be the trash that are here playing child porn while being bottom feeder for top tier pedophiles in this country. Then using gender as if gender is going to be what makes them non-accountable for it. Some loser thinking that their gender is something that can make it. And it's not only just, obviously, this is not just gender based. There's very childish trash too involved in this. Male child shit. Disgusting trash. Oh, this trash this trash is a... Let me just say this better. There's a lot of participants. Obviously, the facade is just meant to create a distortion of reality. But the participants are men, women, and children. These children participate in these things. Some of this trash, even male, the way they talk about child porn, As if these trash are not the bottom feed for entities with child porn issues. Try to make it fierce. Trash, go and plant children getting raped, you nasty low life, and then act like you're protecting children. Let that be the legacy you live in. Disgusting low life. And you know, as they tell me they're gonna implant child porn, it's like, no, this child porn. Yes, you gonna implant child porn, you disgusting low life working for pedophiles. You framing me. Matter of fact, they were making me imagine yesterday. This actually should be a part 2 of Vault. They were trying to make me imagine a story like where, no, in this safe you're putting a child with trash ass, and making me imagine this. And actually, the dream they're making me have, they're gonna implant that in my members. This is how your brain is getting altered, and then go through with the narrative they created via the manipulation of my mind, while they're actually implanting child porn to frame me, and then use this trash who's trying to gaslight me. For years, I know they've been saying they're gonna frame me in this way. Tell me they're gonna implant child porn. Coming up with things that they try to make me acceptive of the stories they come up, and then even try to bring up things I've never watched as their validation. Well, this trash out here having to deal with the fact that I'm going to blast the fact that this trash are just a nobody that work for pedos, where child porn has been an issue for years. And then, to make me to act like, oh no, we're doing it. It's not justice. Talk about what I did when I was in middle school. To be like, no, we do this. We implement child porn because it's to make you pay for what you did as a child. And having to exaggerate what I did as a child, by the way. I'm like, trash. You see why? You see the picture over there of this woman talking? It's because in the program this low life are part of, children are getting tortured, abused, and some of them are dying. This program harm children and utilize children as test subjects. Abused, tortured, and some of them die. This trash are low life. And I will never let them live their fantasy. Implant your disgusting things and watch how it comes back to you, disgusting low life.